Hey guys, it's Matt at Mixcoach. Today we're here to look at FabFilter's Pro-DS. It is a de-esser that, I mean, if you're anything like me or anyone else that I know or talk to, you're always looking for a better de-esser. And it's something that it's a necessity in our toolbox because not everyone can afford the right mic for every right situation, for every right vocalist. You may get something that someone's recorded and you had no control over it, and the only way to really tame it is to de-ess. And then there's instances for creatively using it if you need to tame some cymbals or a bright saxophone, trumpets. There's a lot of other situations you can use to darken up a signal with de-essers, and I'm always looking for a great de-esser. And FabFilter has made probably the best, well, not probably, the best de-esser out there. I've tried pretty much all of them, and this one right here is just, it's unreal. Let's just take a look at some of the features here. You can run, it has a single vocal mode and an all-around mode, like if you want to treat it like I did over here on the BGV bus. You can do wideband or split band, and you have a threshold and range. I mean, the typical standard DS stuff here, and then right here, you can adjust the frequencies you want it to affect. But what's really cool is while you play the track, this will have kind of like a spectrogram going on, and you'll see where S's and certain consonants hit the hardest, and you can really dial in exactly where it's at. And you can also listen to it through the audition, but also up here you have an audition for the threshold, so it'll bypass everything in the signal, and you'll only hear what it's actually affecting of the S's and T's and such like that. And then for me, the coolest part is when I play it here in a minute, you'll see the waveform scroll by, and it'll be grayed out, but every time it catches something, you'll see it light up this color green here, and it's just remarkable. You'll see here there's a stereo excuse me, a stereo link. It also has a look ahead feature, and also oversampling is you may know with higher frequency content material, it can, especially when you're starting to compress things, you can really start hearing artifacts, some distortion and aliasing going on, and oversampling can help alleviate that issue. Here you'll see it has a MIDI learn function. There's side chaining capabilities. I mean, the list goes on and on. Again, there's a lot of de-essers out there that have certain features such as this, but when it just boils down to it, when you do side-by-side comparisons of listening, and especially just when you can see what it's affecting when the waveform is scrolling across here, it's fantastic. So let's cut to the chase here and take a listen.
I'm going down to the river, my Lord. I'm gonna be buried alive. I wanna show my heavenly Father the man I used to be has finally died. I'm going down to the river, my Lord.
Really cool stuff. Let's solo the vocal and just kind of go through a couple of the features on here.
I'm going down.
Check out this threshold audition. It's awesome. So you can really dial in and tweak it, and you can see where it kind of carries over into the next waveform, and it may start catching other things you don't want it to, and you can just keep dialing it back until you got it right where you want it. And then on the flip side of things, typical side chain listen here, typical side chain audition, to help you really fine tune and tweak where you want it. I mean, it's really pretty straightforward to use. I mean, there's nothing, it's high tech with its algorithms, but it's laid out in a form that's really inviting, very simple to use. And like all of FabFilter stuff, you can go up here to the help section, or if you're just hovering over something, it'll bring it up in the help section to kind of help you along the way if you need help with something. There's some good presets already in here for you to try out. Man, I mean, I just can't say enough about it, because de-esser is one of those things that, man, you're always looking for a better one, and because they tend to, if you push them hard, you get that real lispy sound. Man, I mean, you can push the fire out of this, and it's hard to tell that it's hard. You're hard pressed to tell that you're using a de-esser. I mean, I've absolutely wailed on this thing, and you can get it pumping way down here, and it's, I mean, just do it side by side with another de-esser and let me know. I've done it, and it's in fact, I may do another comparison video and shoot out a few side by side, and I'll just show you just how far, leaps and bounds, this one goes past all of them. Let's see, I used it on the BGVs kind of in the same manner, and I actually left it in the single vocal mode. It seemed to work better. If you listen though, this is actually exactly the default settings as if you just opened it up as the first instance of your plugin. If you just insert it, this is how it would be. The only thing I did was turn a little bit, turn the oversampling on to double the sample, and just listen to how effective it is just straight out of the get-go, not even having to tweak anything. Well, I'll just have the find the BGVs here. I think it's more towards back here where it catches some.
I'm going down to the river, buried alive.
That to the river. I'm gonna bypass it. Listen to how it jumps out.
To the river, to the river.
Now this is just putting the plug-in the signal. I haven't adjusted anything.
To the river, to the river.
So now obviously you could fine tune and tweak that, but I mean, just right out of the hole, it's already taming it, and you didn't even really have to dial anything in. And as you can see over here, it hit a peak reduction of almost 4. I mean, I'm telling you right now, you could really push it. Let's go ahead and shoot the range up and threshold here.
To the river, to the river, to the river.
I'll go ahead and try it.
To the river, to the river.
I'm telling you, you can just push it and push it and push it. I mean, 14 dB of gain reduction on a T or an S on any other de-esser is just going to mangle it to death. And I mean, you heard a little artifact there, but I mean, you got to realize you're pushing at 14 dB. Just remarkable. I love this thing. It's a game changer when it comes to de-essing, and it's great for other things. I had an instance over here on the room mics where I put it in all-around mode, and I used the audition on the threshold and really and then auditioned on the frequencies and found where that cymbal was really getting a little too ear piercing, and it just does a great job. As you can see right there, see how those cymbal hits, it shows you exactly what it's compressing, and then you see it trail away. It's just awesome. The control that you have with this, of right down to the very minute details. Again, there's many other uses for this, but its main function for de-essing vocals is just, it's bar none, in my humble opinion. Just every parameter you need is there, and it does its job to the T. And I highly recommend it. FabFilter, just they do incredible stuff, and this one definitely didn't disappoint. If you're in the market for a de-esser, if you're not digging the one you have, go demo this thing. But forewarned, you're gonna be getting the credit card out, or selling something so you can get a copy of this. It's absolutely fantastic. So you guys, I hope you demo it, and leave a comment below talking about if you use it or if you have used it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Hopefully here I will compile a video. I'll get a really sibilant vocal, and I'll do a shootout with several de-essers that I have, and we'll see what happens. But until next time, guys, have a good one.